I was talking to Michael. He was talking about the new Xtracycles that have the Bosch 350 Centerdrive on it. This is it, and it looks awesome. I'm really digging like the black and everything. You got the ergo grips. It's just great. Can you tell me anything special about this and maybe that front rack? They're carrying like a huge boom box on the front?
Yeah, so the front rack is a new addition that we've that Ross has worked on.
Which one's Ross?
This is Ross right here.
Nice. I like this.
He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah, so he started. This is a brand new addition this year.
Okay. What's the weight limit?
It's about 60 pounds right now.
Okay.
This is about 50 pounds, but we rate the rack for 20 pounds. 20.
Okay, it's rated for 20 pounds. Thank you for clarifying that, because yeah, sometimes you're like, how much can it really take? And this is awesome.
This is because I'm not worried about voiding the warranty.
Right. Because you're the guy.
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'll just get another one.
So stress testing is what we're doing right here.
Exactly, yeah.
So anything else you want to tell me about? Like, I know the Xtracycle is unique because it's got the smaller wheel in the back. You got all those accessories. Yeah. Michael told us a little bit about that earlier. Any other like cool fun facts or
well,
like?
You're part of Electric Bike Report, right?
Electric Bike Review is what I do, and then I work with Pete a little bit. Yeah, he does Electric Bike Report.
Yeah, it's okay, cool. I just mashed those together.
No worries, we're friends.
Thank you. So basically, good. Yeah. If we can't be friends, then we're riding e-bikes.
I know,
problem,
right? What is the deal? Yeah.
Well, what I'd say, that, obviously you picked up on the fact that this is the Bosch mid-drive. So I would say the biggest innovation, for us in terms of like, I've always said that electric and cargo are like chocolate and peanut butter, so it's like the two are better together.
Absolutely.
I feel like people who get an electric bike, all of a sudden they're empowered to do more, but essentially they can't really bring a passenger, they can't bring a full load of groceries. So, but on the other side, we've seen people, look at cargo bikes and they get nervous that they won't be able to do it. They can't, they can't ride as well or whatever. They like, oh, what if I get a hill? What if I want to go further? What if I need to get there faster? So that electric had made a tremendous amount of sense, but until we got a truly reliable mid-motor system for the cargo bike, I think that's been my experience, is to have the torque side of it is of course a big deal, but then to add basically the pedal sensing is a really big deal. It makes it very bike-like, and
it's very fluid and very responsive. And this one actually cuts out when you change gears on some Bosch systems. You set it up that way too?
Yeah, exactly. So
and what do you have here? Shimano Diore?
10-speed, yeah. So
okay.
We call it the 10E.
Yeah, because you're putting a lot of stress on the chain, and you want like a decent setup.
Like we used a bunch of the Bafang one, like that one there. And we've been riding that one around, and it's powerful, it's less expensive, it doesn't require a dedicated frame, and what's great about that is a lot of our customers just take one step in and they're not ready to pony up for the full load at the beginning. So like the nice thing is to be able to convert. This is sort of like right out the gate, you got to know. The upside is of course that with the Bosch, it's like you just get this reliability. They've just done a tremendous amount of work to deal with like the product side. So they've trained up Magura. So in particular in the bike industry, I think we've seen so many shops get burned by a series of bikes. Most of it was long ago, but there's sort of this memory that's left of just like e-bikes don't work, or they don't have parts, or they break and then we can't get service, or whatever the thing is. And there's a lot of that stuff that of course we've heard about over the years. This bike is, I feel like, the first one where I've really seen all the pieces drop into place in terms of the support, the quality, the performance. So
Bosch, they make like washing machines and stuff in Europe, but they're a big brand and they really back their stuff up. And now they're coming on the U.S. market, which is really great to see. But let's talk a little bit more about the history of Xtracycle. You guys started off with like an add-on, right? That you could put on a normal bicycle as extra, and then you had like an extended cargo bike.
That's right.
When did that start? And how long was that?
So basically, I was just telling some guys here that my first Interbike I went to was actually the last time it was in Anaheim. So that was in 1997.
Wow.
And I had actually flew in from Senegal because I had been, at that time I was doing a lot of work with the developing world, and so that was the idea, was to like bridge this two together. My very first one, interesting, was in 1995, was in Nicaragua, and it was actually a fully welded together full frame bike, but it did have a 20-inch rear wheel because we learned at that time that having the gearing and the strength, keep it lower,
and you get the mechanical advantage. I'm so glad. What's your role, Ross?
I'm the boss, as they say. I had product design and CEO. I say.
Did you start this?
I did start the thing.
You did. I'm talking to the guy. This is so great. This is awesome.
So if you've heard the word progenitor, meaning like the person who created something, I'd say, at our stage, I'm the pro janitor, meaning I keep things clean as well, But at this stage, essentially, we've we used a lot of that early stage of my original desire. If you can imagine, the first Interbike I went to, you couldn't even find a basket to go on a bike. So the industry was all about sport, and we were really fish out of water, but we just kept coming back, bringing tunes, having fun, creating a culture. And I mean, now we're just seeing that the world is ready for it.
Yeah.
The seeds are sown, and I mean, I just got back from Eurobike, and even there was the industry did not adopt cargo bikes until like this year. I mean, it's been amazing, that piece of it. So our original bolt-on piece really enabled us to just reach a lot more people. We sold, I don't know, maybe 15,000 of those, and like just, I mean, and then people would buy them and put them on different bikes. So I mean, the number of people that touched the free radicals, what we call that first bolt-on kit, it's got a tremendous following still, and we've kind of been in a 3-year development around that I'm really excited about for the e-bike world, because the original free radical is still in motion. You know, we still same tooling. I mean, people still love them. It's all chromoly. It's fairly lightweight. But what we learned over time was that people wanted more of a cargo bike feel. So like basically be stronger, more rigid, and so. But with the advent of the more and more e-bikes, it's even you're carrying more weight, you're going faster.
Yeah.
So the new one we're coming in with, what I'm excited about is that I think a lot of people have an e-bike that they've spent $3,000 on, but they're not using it as much as they might like. And when they can convert it, my sort of vision is that they'll convert that with one of our bolt-on kit, and it'll change the game for them.
That is great. So I feel like you guys have taken it like a little bit slower than Yuba, but pretty steady and focused on quality. That's what, I'm not a bike shop owner or anything, but I hear that. I do like that you've kind of got that innovative design, and that you still offer that add-on, right? So you're saying you could add that to an existing electric bike?
That's right,
and make it a cargo.
I mean, that's coming out next spring. Will be like the newly revised one we call the Mega Rack.
Wow, Mega Rack, cool.
The Mega Rack. So I think one of the big things we've learned over time in this is that we used to really have a lot of fun, cute names. Like we liked the Free Radical. It had this sort of idea, but I think people like needed to know, look, this is a huge rack, so that's why the Mega Rack name. You know, I mean, it's interesting. Yuba like came out of, you know, Ben started working for me, the guy who started Yuba.
Wow.
Started working with me in 2000, and he was in Europe, and we wanted to start a Europe office. So he spoke languages. He was from France, so like, great, we're going to do this thing. But it turned out to be really hard to get it going. So he moved here, and then, but he always wanted, like, I was just like, look, I think somebody else should make a bike. I always just kept saying, like, look, there's all these bike companies. I don't want to make a bike. I'm just doing this to get this thing going. It was always my thing. And finally I realized, look, you know, actually, I'm going to start this company. I've got investors. I need to make this thing go. Now I got a kid. I got to feed the family. It's like all of my needs sort of shifted. Exactly. Right? So when we came in with the Edge Runner, it's just like taken, I mean, it's just captured people's imagination because, of course, the quality has always been our orientation. I mean, one of the big things for us is where we make our stuff. So, I mean, as I told you, I was working in Nicaragua, El Salvador, Senegal, South Africa, trying to find a way to make a super low-cost thing. And the sort of funny twist on the trivia is actually the name, the Yuba Mundo, came from our business plan, which was sort of because that was our dream, was to build a heavy-duty, low-cost sort of workhorse bike for the world. And Ben just like, well, I'm going to just do that, you know. So he started.
So you guys are friends, and like
it's, you know, there's some tension there.
Interesting.
But I do believe that it's like what I realize is to create the outcome that we want in the world, it's going to take all of us pushing as hard as we can to move it forward, right?
What is it? Rising tides lift all boats, especially in electric bikes. So I wanted to complement some of the neat design features, like the rack, like the reel and stuff, and just I have tested the Xtracycle.
Okay, cool.
With I think it was like BionX, and then again I saw the one over there with Michael earlier. It uses like the Buffon 8 whatever, and now Bosch. I mean, this is really stepping it up. So again, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for the time.
Absolutely. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah.